Hey, we got a special guest, man. You guys see it there on your screen. Undefeated, 29-0. He's been on our show many, many times, so we always appreciate him hopping on, talking to us. A lot to talk about, man. Things heating up at 140, but of course, ladies and gentlemen, Arnold Barboza Jr. Thank you for joining us, brother. Appreciate you.
Man, thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me. It's always an honor, man.
ABJ,
Yeah,
man. A lot going on. Chris, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, like I said, we were saying behind the podcast, man. We've had you on, for a long time now, Arnold. There's been a lot of stuff going on. This is probably, I think I saw somewhere. This is 2024 is your year, right? This is the year you've been, waiting for. Um, a few weeks removed from your last fight. Tell me how you're feeling.
Oh man, I feel amazing. Feel amazing. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. I'm ready to get back in there, man. So hopefully we can get some fight news soon.
Yeah, and again, you know the first thing that you got to do is get the job done. You can never overlook anybody, right? So you got the job done. We also saw a little bit of movement after your fight. We saw you get in there with Teofimo. I know that's a name that you want. You want obviously the big names at 140. Tell me a little bit about what happened there after that fight.
Oh man, it's just a bunch of just like I explained, to a lot of people, it's just a lot of built-in frustration. You know what I mean? And a lot of it's like 10 years of just being quiet. You know what I mean? Especially the last like four. So it's just a lot of that, man. And man, what can I say? I got a little hot or a little heated. You know what I mean? Seeing them face to face, it's always social media this, social media that. So when you see them in person, it's kind of like it's personal. So it was just, man, overall, man, it was a great weekend. Important thing is, like I said, we got the win. Came out, no injuries. We're not gonna have no setbacks. So we're excited. We've been back in the gym already for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Ready to go.
Arnold, I've never seen you so hyped after a fight. Obviously, the post-fight press conference, you had a lot to say, and you went damn near at everybody in that building. You ran into Rollies. Of course, you ran into Teofimo Lopez, and your people too were heckling him. He went down the hall, didn't say a word. Let's go one by one. What was the energy like? First, I think Rolly was the first guy you went up to, no?
My I don't remember. I think it was maybe Teal's dad first,
Okay.
and then I think it was like, and then it was Rolly. Um, you know, Rolly. It's hard for me to take him serious. You know what I mean? He's a funny dude. So it's kind of like I don't know if he was messing around or he wasn't, but like I said, me and him, we've been cool. You know what I mean? We've been like, every time we see each other, we talk and she shake hands and shit. But that time I don't know, something just triggered him and got him to like where he kind of flipped the whole script. So I was like, all right, cool, man. This is what you want. This is the route you want to take. Like we can take it. You know what I mean? So, but I'm not worried about him. He has a big task in Pitbull Crew. So let's see how that turns out for him.
Yeah, let's get into that because obviously 140 is very hot right now. Probably the hottest division in boxing. You just signed with Golden Boy, so of course, Ryan always has a lot to say. He announced fights, then he said never mind. Now Pitbull's fighting Rollies. Like, what do you think about that whole spectacle? And Brian, I guess I don't know, uh, throwing jabs at Oscar.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know what? It's been like a circus. You know what I'm saying? And the Pitbull and Rolly. I mean, it's just crazy to me. It amazes me how someone could just come from 35 to 40 and get a title shot, man. I just been sitting here waiting for a while. It's kind of funny to me, but you know, it's boxing. You know what I mean? Promoters are gonna do what they want. You know what I mean? Sanctioning bodies are gonna do what they want. But hey, you know what? Still want to fight for a belt. And it's crazy. The whole situation going on with Ryan and all this stuff. But I think the Ryan and Haney fight gets made. I think that's probably the fight for April 20th. But hopefully, I give him credit. I give Ryan credit, and for wanting that fight and getting that big fight. So it's good for him. It's good for him securing the bag, and hopefully we can get on the co-main of that card. If that is going to be the card.
And Arnold, obviously the last time, the first time we saw you was 2019. You were with Bob Arrow. You had a big win over Michael Alvarez. It almost felt like the sea was going to open up and you were going to start having these big fights. Fast forward to today, you that stuff did not happen. You're now with Oscar De La Hoya. How do you feel personally being now with Oscar and the track record that he has?
Oh man, it's been amazing, man. It's been it's been a blessing. To be a promoter, to feel wanted. And to get treated like family. You know what I mean? Get and they've made me feel like like I think I feel like I should have been feeling like a few years ago. Like you said, well, after that Mike win, I thought doors were gonna open, and then especially after Salcedo fight, I thought for sure the title shot next, and nothing never came like we thought it would. So we're hoping that Oscar can make things happen, which I know he can. You know what I mean? He's seen him working with Eddie Hearn and making a big step like that and putting fights together. So so we're excited. We're excited to talk and see what the future is, and hopefully get something soon.
Hey, if you guys are live, write your questions down. Big Bro says he agrees. Cruz and not deserve a title shot. Write your questions down, guys. We're not gonna hold Arnold for too long. He's been in the gym. He's been training. So get your questions in now while you can. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, and of course, Arnold, you've never taken the easy road. You've taken some fights that are very tough. You've even gone off and called guys like Liam Paro that not too many people know, but you know that you got to keep fighting and keep winning. What are the names that most entice you? What are some of those names in maybe that Golden Stable fight that you feel might be in the horizon?
Well, I think I think Ryan's probably gonna be booked. Right? All the champions are kind of like kind of booked. Kind of, like if Haney fights Ryan, then that's the championship right there. Teal's fighting Jermaine. So Bruno Matias is still out there. Rolly is fighting Pitbull, and then but a fight that I really want, if I can't get into these fights, is the Jose Ramirez. He's just signed with Golden Boy, and I'm very happy for him. I have a lot of respect for him, but that's a fight that I think has been should have happened a long time ago, and I think that's a fight that is bound to happen, so I'm excited, I want that fight, and now I think with Golden Boy it'll probably be easier to make that fight, so now there's nothing in the way to make that fight, so I think that fight could happen. I think our paths are lined up right now. He gets through, he fights in April, and hopefully we can meet later on this year.
Hey, and let me give you credit for this, Arnold, because I don't see anybody saying Subriel Matias' name. I mean, you guys see right here the rankings top 10 to me. I mean, Subriel Matias, dangerous guy. Literally, no one's saying his name. But let me go ahead and read the names here that BoxRec has on top 10. Devin Haney, Teofimo in this order. Regis 3, Hitchens 4, U 5. Ryan Garcia 6, Subriel Matias 7, Jose Carlos Ramirez 8, Rolando Romero 9, and Josh Taylor 10. I mean, those are a lot of names and a lot of possibilities for you and really for a lot of these guys to get some good fights in.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time, before we have to start fighting each other. I mean, it's just I don't see how we can. I'm gonna do my job and fight who they offer me, put in front of me, and go with the plan. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, it's gonna have to start happening. So a lot of those fighters were on the same network. We're not in different networks. Like we're not really on PBC, which PBC is kind of a problem, right? That's the kind of like company that kind of does their own thing. It's like in their own little bubble. But you've seen Heron and we're the zone and Golden Boy we're the zone. So I mean at the end of the day I think those are all possibilities.
1000%. And look, I think we would all agree here in the chat, but who do you think is the easiest out of all these guys? I think we are all thinking one name, but I want to hear from you.
You talking about the champions?
Yeah, 140, the guys that I named, the guys in the top 10. I don't know if you remember all those names, but
Yeah, I think if Rolly was on there, I think
for
he'd
sure,
be the best chance at a belt for anybody.
100%. Yep.
I think Pitbull Cruz beats him, stops him. I think even
Woo.
but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe I could be wrong.
Chris was kicked out for a little bit. He's back now, ladies and gentlemen. You heard there, Arnold Barboza Jr. Hey, we all agree with you. Let us know in the comment section. I think we all agree with Rolly being the easier one of those guys. And look, we're just keeping it real. Rolly's a friend of the show too. We know him, but those are.
And then don't forget too Barroso, man. He did his thing. He's a champion too, right? He's the interim champion, WBA.
Yep.
He should be the one fighting Rolly right now. And kind of, I don't know if he took step aside money or what, but that's a fight that should have been happening with Rolly. So I mean, I would welcome that fight as well. But also, was available and he needed someone to fight, and so I'll be right there to fight for the interim belt.
There you have it. Let's go to some comments here, Chris, before you get your last questions off. Boxing Guru says, when can we see you back?
Man, I'm trying to have a meeting this week with Golden Boy and hopefully see we can figure the things out and hopefully fight by April. I want to fight April, latest April. I want to fight March if I can, but April is gonna be the latest. Hopefully that I could fight.
He also adds, you school Sorria who made Regis look terrible. That shows you levels. And then people.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
Oh yeah, man. It's funny because Ray just told me too. Like after I fought Zorilla, like he's like, "Oh, you just won 10 rounds with a guy Zorilla. Don't mention my name." And then after he fought him, I kind of retweeted that, and I was like, "Okay, this aged well." So
Now, Sorria's a legitimate dude, man. He has a ton of power, I'm sure. We spoke, I believe, after the fight. We spoke after that fight with you, and you told us all about it. But some other comments here. People were saying, can't believe Rolly's a champ. And yeah, get your last questions in. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah. So Arnold, like you said, you have this meeting with Oscar this week. What are some questions you're gonna ask him? And if you can get the answers that you want, what are some of the answers that you would like to get from Oscar?
Well, I think the important thing is that I want to leave with with a date or a timetable or an opponent or a plan. You know what I mean? So we're just gonna we're gonna ask questions and and give names, and we can't get any names. So we're just gonna sit down and talk, man, and see what the future is, and what route we're going, and we kind of have a plan in place already, but just to see what's because things shift and things get crazy. So hopefully by April, man, I'm aiming for April. I really want to fight in April. I mean, I'm in the gym, I'm working, man. So and then April's not that far off. So man, I just want to get back in there. I like I told Eric, when I signed, I said, man, Eric, like I was like, I just want to be busy. You know what I mean? If I can't get the big fights and big names, that's fine. Just keep me busy, and then I'm pretty sure that will come. With activity. So I just want to stay busy.
Yeah, and our
What
boy.
would a successful year mean for you in 2024? How many fights for 2024?
Well, I'm aiming for the least three, the most. Hopefully, I could do like four. I know 5 would be too much. Especially this point in my career. But I could do it. But maybe too many dates to take up. But for sure I want to do 3 fights. At least 3 fights. So if I can do four, man, if Golden Boy will bless me with four, I'll do it. But 3 fights is the minimum that I want to do this year.
Our boy Jesus checking into the chat. He says, fight ASAP. Also, also question, Teofimo Lopez, Jermaine Ortiz. How does that play out?
Oh man, you know what? I wasn't too impressed with Jermaine Ortiz's last fight. When he fought Moran. If I remember right, Ortiz got hurt by Moran. He got wobbled. So I think Teofimo takes it. I think Teofimo takes it. But you never know. Ortiz. Like I said, I haven't really paid too much attention to him. But like I said, it's boxing, man. Anything can happen. You seen when Deontay Wilder, that whole card was like an upset. So you never know, man. You never know boxing.
Some last comments here by the chat. They're saying, force that WBO Mando, bro. And they're also saying, make Tio fight you or vacate.
No, yeah, man, that's the plan. You know what I mean? That's the plan. That's why I want to stay active. Stay number one, and and I know that that he has the voluntary this one, and I think he has like a year and then he has to do a mandatory. So by the end of this year, hopefully everything stays good and we become the mandatory.
El Pachuco says, Arnold, saludos, compa. Mucha suerte con Golden Boy. It's going to be a great 2024 for you. Shout out to you, Pachuco.
Thank you, compa. Appreciate it. As for me, Arnold, just wanted to say thank you for taking the time, bro. I know that you're busy. Like you told us, you go to sleep early, got to wake up early, and get on that grind. We've always said this again with fighters. They see the bright lights, but they don't see that you guys put in day in and day out. So I know that patience is a word that you know very well, and hopefully this 2024 with Oscar, you're able to get those big fights.
Oh man, thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on, man. I really appreciate it, man. Since day one, you guys been there. I know that this year's gonna be a blessed year, man. I feel it, and so shout out to everybody, man, that's been supporting me, that keeps supporting me, that's gonna start supporting me. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you.
Hey, and look, you're getting a lot of opportunities too. I saw you on Power 106 the other day doing all these big interviews, man. Shout out to you. Best of luck. Mamba year, bro. You know what it is.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back, okay? Don't go anywhere. We're going to continue the show. Thank you, Arnold.